Hi nerds, so this video is for the people who are new and entering into the fields related to computer science and are damn confused about whether they should pursue software development, data science, machine learning, competitive coding, data structures and algorithm, or just sit and relax and wait for a mass recruiter to hire them. So let me start by introducing you to all these different specializations which you can pursue as part of your computer science degree. So software development basically means creating some kind of software, whether it is a web application, a mobile application, or an application for entirely different kind of platform. So software engineers usually have to worry about what would their backend would look like. If you're creating a web application, you might need to worry about whether you need to use Node.js, whether you need to use Python based backend like Django, and you need to worry about what should be your front end, be using React, whether you would be using AngularJS, and you would need to also worry about the databases. So you might be going for an SQL based database like MySQL, you might be going for a non-SQL based database like MongoDB, DynamoDB, and all those kind of things. And as you scale and as your software and company grows, you need to worry about the scaling things. How would you scale? Is your infrastructure scalable? Is it efficient? Is it fast, reliable, and all those kind of things. So long story short, as a software developer, you would probably like to have skills so that you can create a software from end to end, from back end to front end, and which we call as full stack software development. Now coming to data scientists and machine learning roles. So in these kind of roles, you worry about collecting the right kind of data to get insights from that, how to extract features from those data, how to choose between different kinds of model, whether you want to create a shallow model, whether you want to create a neural network based deep model, whether you might have to make trade-offs between accuracy and complexity of the model. So a more complex model might give you a marginal better accuracy, but it might be more time consuming, and having higher latencies might not be acceptable for your use case. You might need to worry about how would you adapt to the situations where distribution of the data on which you had fit your model changes, and how your model would adapt to that change. You would also need to worry about whether there are any kind of biases that your model inherits from the training data. You might need to worry whether your predictions are reliable, accurate, and useful. Now coming to data structures and algorithms, those are the basic bones for any computer science developer or a machine learning scientist, because both of them require some understanding of different kind of data structures. For example, in machine learning, if you want to implement decision trees, you should know about the tree data structures. And if you are developing softwares, you should know about the time complexity of various kind of data structures, which one to use for your kind of application, and how would that affect the latency of your software. Now coming to competitive programming. So competitive programming is not directly useful to any of the software development or machine learning roles, but it might be helpful to better prepare for the interviews, because most of the interviews, including machine learning roles as well as software engineering interviews, ask you data structures and algorithm related questions, and if you practice those kind of questions in a competitive environment, you might get better at solving those problems. So the right reason for doing competitive programming should be the thrill and joy you get from competing with others. So competitive programming is just like playing chess. You have to play against your opponents, you have to do pattern matching faster than others, you have to relate problem statement with another non-problem that you might have seen before, then you have to think fast on which algorithm do you want to use, you have to write your code fastly to implement your thought process, and all those kind of things. And there are many other challenges that come along the way of competitive programming. But I want to clear that competitive programming is not necessary if you just want to prepare for the interviews. There are many websites such as LeetCode, InterviewBit, and Geeks for Gigs, and many others, where you can find resources to prepare for data structures and algorithm related interview questions, which are usually asked in tech companies. The thing to do is to pick one thing, pursue it for 3 months, 6 months, see how do you feel about it, and if it clicks with you, you can continue pursuing it, else try something else. And the college is the best time for trying all those kind of things, and you can do small projects in all those interests which you want to pursue. Don't wait for the college curriculum or the courses to teach you those kind of things. Go online, learn them yourself, try to do small projects, see if they interest you, and then pursue based on that. It's very difficult to pursue all of them together. You might know basics of everything, but to have expertise in all three is very difficult. So you need to prioritize what you need to learn. What are you interested in? I know it's difficult to prioritize, everything seems so interesting. So if you have good resources, share those in the YouTube comments. regarding competitive coding, regarding startups, and if I liked your resources, I'd mention them in my next YouTube video and would give credit to you for sharing those resources. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you want to communicate with me, follow me on Instagram and send me messages there, and I would try to respond as soon as I can. And also let me know what kind of content do you want from me. This is the time to say goodbye to all my nerds. So let's help each other professionally, and let's keep sharing resources, your experiences which might help others, and see you in the next